Hello student, good morning and welcome back, and today is Saturday, and yeah, very nice to see you in this video. So before I start today's tutorial, since today is March, so what the question I want to ask is what you want to get for your science mark,
B or C 啦
B or C? How about
B 或者 A
yeah, so when we start this year, either you will have either you get B or A. It's okay to get B or A or C. Okay, doesn't mean when you go in you say you want to get A. So of course we set it B because last time we are C or D. Okay, we don't set something not logical, correct or not? We don't say that tomorrow 我去比赛 I want to win the gold, but you are very far, you win number 3 also, you are very happy, something like that. So you get B or A, or if you are from C you want to get D, you want to get C, C you want to get B, and B you want to get A. From E you don't if can, usually the student don't dream to get A lah, because it's not because I'm bad, because they will give up. If you are from E you want to get A, then haven't do you 放弃了, you already give up. So before if this year we want to get B or A, we need to have strategy. If you want to get a good result, you need to know what is the strategy, and what you have your aim, you have your vision, then what is your strategy. It must be correct. If you are using the same strategy like last year, like let's say last year you get C or D, and this year you use back your same way, then you will get back the C or D. But if the strategy you do is correct, you will get B. So what should you do?
Do more exercise 吧
Do more exercise.
Do more exercise
Yeah, so one of the good way is to do more exercise. Go and check YouTube video, and it must start now. You cannot start like 1 week before or 3 week before exam. It is too late already. Like a person very famous, I forget who is the person. Not Napoleon, the one that win Napoleon, I forget what's the name. He say the battle in Waterloo was won in what lah, other place lah. For example, the battle in Waterloo is a famous battle, was won in what Greenfield, something like that. It means the war in, let's say I am Malaysia, the war that I fight in what country leh, whatever lah, England lah. So the war in England is won in Malaysia. It means that before I go to England I already win in Malaysia, because they train the soldier to fight in the country first before they go to war. So before the war start you already win, because you train your soldier very early, you prepare very early. So same goes to your study. If you say you want to get good, you start prepare now, and you will get, surely you will get, because get B is so much easier than get A. Surely you get B. Yes, do more exercise, do it the correct way. So I would recommend you, usually students will get A if they just finish 4 exercise book, usually. So but 4 exercise book is a lot. So let's say you are taking science or physics or chemistry, you don't buy 4 lah. Later you get up to you, you want to buy 4. Usually you just buy 2 enough. You 2 enough, and then you plan, if can, end of the year you finish 4 book. So you buy the book, you can do, then you read the answer, you do, you read the answer or you do. If you don't know, you ask me or ask other teacher, then you do. Then I'm sure that you will get either B or A this year. Just buy lah, just buy book and do. Yeah, so prepare early. Prepare early. Okay. Yeah, and enjoy the what lah, enjoy the class lah, enjoy the lesson. What I do is, let's say I also got take my master. So what I want to get a good result is I wake up early. Actually, also not a lot lah. Every time I wake up 6 o'clock. Today I didn't wake up 6 o'clock lah. But I just wake up. I plan first. I plan what subject. Then every morning I wake up 6 to 7 just to study. Then 1 hour only not a lot. Every day just 1 hour study. And just study for just like read storybook lah. Don't feel for exam lah. Just set every morning 1 hour. Then you set your time. Then I'm sure you at least will get B lah. You just every morning you just do 1 hour. Every morning you just do 1 hour, you will get B. Wake up 6 o'clock. Then you set lah. You don't Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, English. Friday, Saturday, Sunday is science. You don't set like that, okay? Let's say you want to do English is Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Then science is maybe Tuesday and Friday and Sunday, something like that. So you make it spread it evenly. So up to you you pandai, you adjust yourself. Okay, without further ado, let's start our today class. Where was I? Okay, so yesterday previously we did until here. Photographs show two types of thermometer. State the names of thermometer P and thermometer Q. So this question I'll be doing because it's too easy. P is the infrared. So I just taking my pen. Infrared. Infrared thermometer. Okay, of course this is infrared. We have if you got learn physics, you will learn a few. Infrared is one of them. You have X-ray, then you have the microwave, you have the light, you have the UV light, ultraviolet, and gamma ray. If you got learn physics so when we are talking about ray, there are a lot of ray that we want to use. Infrared also is used for television. So of course these are the ray Of course infrared is healthy 健康 not healthy, but it doesn't affect the health pretty much. But like for example like X-ray, gamma ray is not healthy, or ultraviolet is from the sun, which is not healthy. So we try to avoid. So whatever ray you use for your television, for your remote, for your microwave, for the sun ray, all this is in the category of ray. But we are not going to go in depth into it It's again another topic in physics. Then we have Q. Q is for rectal thermometer. Rectal thermometer, because this one you need to put at the baby buttock. Okay, baby buttock. Okay, so you just poke it inside and you can use it to check the temperature, because it's baby so you cannot ask the baby to open the mouth. I put in, then okay baby open your mouth, because it is even dangerous, because some children or baby they want to bite, that bite if break, then we know mercury is very dangerous. So this one is for baby. But why the doctor don't want to use this one for the baby? Let's say I ask the question, why the doctor do not want to use, why doctor don't want to use infrared thermometer? Yes, 因为它不标准 not accurate. So the doctor, when you go to clinic, you see you don't want to use. If the doctor use this one, maybe the doctor is noob, because it is not accurate. Why you want to use this? This is for, but this is not accurate. 不标准. But the good thing is it is very fast. That's why MCO you want everyone to tick very fast. You don't want everyone to then only you see the temperature. So doctor sure don't want to use this lah, 不标准. But for a while maybe outside there can lah, because why it is not accurate. Let's say like the question asked lah, the question can ask why most hospital and clinical doctor don't want to use. So maybe you can say because it is not accurate, 它不标准. Why not accurate? Because 它是 only measure surface temperature. They only measure the 前面罢了, inside you cannot see. So sometimes people 晒太阳 under the sun very hot, then they will say, oh, because the person already got the fever, but actually is not, because it's just the surface. Or you put some ice lah, even you got fever you can put some ice, put ice, and then cold already, right? Then you faster wipe, then faster go in, 没有发烧 no problem. Then you go in. Life hack, how to get COVID-19, still go to shopping mall, put some ice, then cold pack lah, a towel and a cold pack, put here until it very cold, faster go in, 没有发烧啦, can go into the shopping mall already. Okay, so yeah, so you only measure the surface, so you can use this to measure maybe anything. Last time I remember I bought this, then you know lah, I'm children, so I like to, I tip the wall, I tip the water, I tip the fan, I tip the laptop, everything I tip lah, just to play with it. Okay, so what are thermometer used for? I think this one you guys know. Thermometer is to measure temperature. To measure temperature. So of course we learn this is called the clinical thermometer. Okay, so of course you can see the thermometer that we see here is got clinical thermometer, laboratory thermometer, rectal thermometer, infrared. Of course there is a few more here. I forgot what is it called already, the thermometer. There's a thermometer like this one. It can measure up to more than 1 or 2,000 Celsius. More than 1,000 Celsius. To measure the lava, to measure the very very hot thing lah, maybe in the nuclear reactor that have the 2 rod and they use electric. So because the thing get hot, so eventually it conduct the electric, and by knowing how much electric it will go through, then we can know the temperature even for a few thousand Celsius, 1,000 up to 3,000-4,000 I think. Right? I pressed wrong already. Okay, Suraya is 21 years old, so we know that it is young adult. Which thermometer is suitable to measure? So it's 21. So are they asking for P or Q, or they are asking about nickel thermometer? So of course Suraya is 21 years old, you should use the infrared thermometer. Okay, so P, P, infrared thermometer. Let's say the question asks why. So whenever you do, you must ask why, you know, because now got K by question. So when you do, you ask why. If you don't know, then you ask your teacher lah, or you need to think lah, or you Google lah, why this, then it will make you smarter. Why infrared? Maybe you can say that because Suraya is already young adult and he no longer need the rectal thermometer. Okay, because rectal for baby, he can use it. Okay, because rectal thermometer you need to take off your pants lah if you want to do that. Okay, state the effect of fever is allowed to continue without immediate treatment. So if there is a fever and people didn't do anything about it, so of course it is very dangerous. It can cause death. Okay, the person can die, or maybe some permanent brain damage. I got last time I got one student. He used to be very clever, you know. The mother say lah, is he used to be very clever. One day he got fast out fever, and the fever is very very bad. And after then he need to go to hospital and coma something like that because it's a very high fever. Then suddenly when he come back, his brain sort already. He's more aggressive. He's like got mental problem lah. So suddenly no mental problem, then you got fever and cannot solve it. Then the brain suddenly become 伤到头脑了 damage the brain and forever like that lor. Very smart boy, but suddenly become like that. So it's a very sad situation for the mother. So at last the mother cannot work. The mother and father quite earn a good pay, but because the son got this thing already, then he start to like fight people. He like to fight people, throw thing, throw the chair. So the mother need to quit her job to take care of him. So yeah. So take care of your health, take care of your health, eat fruit, drink water, make sure you don't have fever. One day when you get married, you will have your children. So you need to take care of it properly rather than something happen back to them. A student has carried out an experiment investigate the pulse rate of 4 individuals of different ages. Table 1 shows the reading that were obtained. 2 months, 6 years, 10 years. So this is normal lah. As we grow older, the pulse rate will be slower a bit. So probably 2 months will be around 120. Because here is 10 10. Oh, here is 20. So maybe you want to plus 120. So around 110 to 130 like that lah. You find book lah, but the book say 100 to 150. Okay, any amount 100 between 150. So this one easy you agak-agak you write lah. Even the book say 100, but I do not recommend student write 101. So because it is too near already, you don't write 101 or you don't write 200 because it is too far. So mathematics lah这边是加 plus 20, this one plus 10 plus 10. Maybe here you minus plus 20 like that lor agak-agak you do lah or plus 25 arithmetic progression you pandai-pandai. State the manipulated variable. What is the manipulated variable? Pulse rate, very good. So we can see that usually this will be the MV. Let me change my marker pen. Sometimes teach online so good lah. I don't have the marker pen issue. When teach physical, I always look for where's my marker pen. No ink. Okay, what color I want to use? Okay, green color. This will be the MV, I would say, manipulated variable. This will be the RV. So usually it's like that lah MV, RV for in a table, the left side and the right side. And if the table is like that, here will be something let's say this is the water, presence of water. This is the height, for example So this will be usually the MV, this is the RV. Measure variable on top, Responding variable at bottom, manipulator on left, responding variable on the right. Where's my eraser? Okay, let me erase this one first. Okay, I'm gonna use back my pen. The first thing in science, we always look for the hypothesis or the research question, what you want to know in science. So you must read. A lot of people didn't read this one, then they straight away do this, then they will get wrong, because usually sometimes students they just up there not important. No, up there is very important, because actually up there is the answer for your question. Let's read properly, see what we can learn from the question. A student has carried out experiment to investigate the pulse rate of 4 individuals of different ages. So he want to know, got 4 people, he want to know different age and the pulse. So this one will be the NV variable, this will be the RV. Because he say, I want to know age got affect pulse or not. It's a correlation. It's a correlation means like, for example, if the age increase, like the pulse increase, for example, or if the age increase, the pulse get lower. I don't know whether it's a linear graph or it's a correlation graph. So the question already give you the answer. He want to know the age and the pulse. He didn't say, if you read the question didn't say he want to know the pulse, so he get the age. You see the difference or not? You want to study the age affect the pulse, or you want to study the pulse affect the age. You see or not? This one is correct. This one is, let me think. Is it possible? Let me think. Pulse affect the age. Can also. It's possible also. It's possible. If you think properly, it is possible. For example, your hypothesis is Ali want to gather 100 people with different pulse to see whether the pulse determine the age. Let's say this is the question, then this is correct. If the question asks like that. If the question say Ali want to see the pulse in different ages, then this one is correct. You see or not? But if this one I want to say, I don't think exam will ask but I just teach for fun If the question say that Ali gather 100 people and he want to know whether the pulse will determine the age of the person, then this is correct. So because this is science, many things you can do. For example, you can do, does the water affect the height? So this will be the manipulated, this will be the responding variable. Maybe you can say, does age determine your how fast you run, how fast a person run. Then we can do experiment. We call this a correlation experiment. Or maybe does the age of a female affect like flower? You also can do, because you don't know, maybe the girl get older, become auntie, then the auntie don't like so much flower compared to younger people that like more flower. I don't know, but you can do research. You do, then you say, oh, maybe it doesn't really matter because the girl, young girl also like flower, old auntie also like flower, or maybe it's only true in Malaysia or other country. Then you can put in the book your experiment, because we are talking about science. We cannot just say that girl like flower, or people like nasi lemak, people don't like what, or exercise is or you want to say the blood will go up, the blood will go down. All this is the knowledge by experiment. A lot of people do experiment, a lot, then only you can publish a book. Then you read a lot of all the experiment, then you can do a book, because your book is based on all this information. Anyway, where the most important thing you need to know is the NV manipulated variable and the RV responding variable, which is in the question. In the question, you need to read, underline if you can. But of course, I teach you the shortcut way is to see the table lah. The most shortcut is just look at the table. Why some word I cannot erase one? So funny one. Wait just give me a moment to erase it. Very messy. Why down here suddenly cannot erase one? So funny one. Anyway. Okay. Yeah. State the hypothesis of the experiment. So what is the hypothesis? So we already know the MV is the age responding variable, will be the pulse. So what is the hypothesis?
Rate decrease.
Correct. Okay. So the hypothesis will be when the age increase, the pulse rate decrease. Very good. Okay, because when the age increase, the pulse rate decrease. Okay, when the age increase, the pulse rate decrease. So this is called the hypothesis. You also can say when you grow up, then you can say the age increase, the pulse rate increase also can. But only your hypothesis is rejected. It also show data. If you remember, sometimes teacher will say that the hypothesis is accepted because when the age increase, blah, 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 blah. Sometimes when you grow also, you can write the hypothesis is rejected because when the age increase does not mean that the pulse rate will decrease. For something like that. So your hypothesis can be accept or reject. So reject also is show data. Okay, for example, I say girl like more flower than boy. However, after I do a survey, I found that boy also like flower. Then I would say that the hypothesis is rejected. Doesn't mean that girl like more flower and boy don't like flower, for example. Okay, D. What is the pulse rate of trained athlete? So of course this is for normal people. Suddenly we add Lee Zhongwei. So what is the pulse rate for Lee Zhongwei?
100.
100 lah. No lah, not 100 lah. Is pulse rate for Lee Zhongwei will be around 60, 40 to 60 I think. 40 to 60, but the book say 60 to 65. I thought I read last time it's 40 to 60. 60 to 65. It's in your notes. So of course, if you see here, you can Google a pulse rate of athletic. A well-trained athletic heart rate between 30 to 40. There is no ideal heart rate, but we know it is probably lower. Lower 30 to 40. 30 to 40 BPM. Okay. So here will be 30 to 40. You write here this question also asked already. So you just write 30 to 40 according to the Google. Why? Here got write why or not? Did here write why? Let's go into the website for a while. The average heart resting is 60 to 80, but some athletes have 30 to 40. And why? I don't want to read this lah. Later is too long, so I don't want to read this. Anyway, when Lee Chong-wei, we already discussed this question. Lee Chong-wei is like athlete, they are everyday exercise. So every day they exercise, maybe 8 hours. Every day, Monday to Saturday, every day exercise 8 hours. If you know the life of Lee Chong-wei, morning wake up means you need to run. I don't know, 5 o'clock or 4 o'clock, you need to run non-stop for 1 hour or 2 hours. After you run for 1-2 hours, not run slow one, run until you okay, start training. Now only you start training. Every morning you run because you need to train your stamina. Run. After that only you start your training, badminton training and so on. So the body already get used to high BPM because he every day need to exercise so it's very high. So when he go back home, he want to sleep. When he rest, it will be very low because the body get used to eat already very fast, and after that the body will stronger. He know that the pulse is lesser. I also don't know how, just like that because every day already fast, so when he rest it will be more slow. It is, that's why I say if the pulse rate is lower, then you are healthier. You count by yourself lah. So if you are a person that always exercise, your pulse rate when you are resting, it should be lower, like 40 to 60. Usually now you are looking at me, your pulse rate will be around 60 to 80 usually. But for athletic, for if you get 50, I think you are very healthy already. If you get 50, means you are every day you exercise. Okay, so of course the book say it's 60, but just now we go Google, we find it is it is 30 to 40. So what is the answer? So the answer in the book is 60 to 65. That's why there is not a, how to say sometimes I also don't know, like because the book answer is different, but when you go to Google, the answer is different because this answer is not a chincai answer. This answer is from www.healthline.com, and if I'm not mistaken, this is quite a famous website. The doctor use it to write, not normal people. It's like doctor type one, all these things the doctor write one. So if the student write like this, I will give correct If you write 50 or 40, I also will give correct. But I don't know your school teacher If your school teacher very strict, want to follow the government marking scheme, so he need to follow then he give you wrong but not you are wrong because we already Google it. We know that it is correct or could be correct probably. Okay, so now it's 8:45. Okay, so if no question, we are going to take a short break, and I see you back by 8:55 We rest for 10 minutes. Bye bye.